music on the podcast, but just for the whole thing for Al, just drop the video down or the audio down on it and let that run in the corner. Weezer, Buddy Holly.
This is filmed for a live audience. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, live from Arnold Drive-In,
Okay, what the?
Milwaukee Fried Chicken Stand. You wanted to see
My
it.
Twitch is glitching balls. It didn't even show you went live.
Been our privilege.
Okay, kids. Arnold's is proud to present Kenosha, Wisconsin's own Weezer.
So you went live.
Please.
What the? Okay, there we go. Mute Twitch.
Hey guys, welcome to the Nixon Podcast. I know things look
Yes, a new soldier for the nation.
Unfortunately, my ex took a shit about 5 minutes ago, so I forced rushed this in OBS. I'm not a fan of OBS, but hey, you know what? It is what it is, guys. Let me And so today we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of subjects. The music is playing in the background. It's Weezer's Buddy Holly in celebration of the one and only Al Miliano, who unfortunately passed away tragically today at the age, the ripe old level of 96, my friend. You are a legend. Guys, again, shout outs will be in chat if you want to see them. Sorry, this song's so good. And if you want to see it, just go to YouTube, type in Weezer, W-E-Z-E-R, Buddy Holly, you'll find the music video. Absolutely cool. Exactly. Hi there, Tiger Tank Live.
There we go. I just posted a link.
Happy Halloween to you too, Tiger Tank. And today on the Pixel Podcast, once this song finishes, I don't care about that. And I'm going to pause the music right there. And today we're going to be talking about a whole slew of subjects. Most importantly, and this is the most important one of all, is we're going to be talking about, apart from Al, and rest in peace, my friend, we're going to be talking about, you can now officially buy Fallout 4's Coca-Cola Quantum. It'll be available at Target next month. The price has not been released, but you can buy it in a 4-pack and a 6-pack. And you can buy the limited edition ones that will have a bob, as you can see in the picture. Of course, this article was on Polygon. If you want to read more, here is the notes for you guys. Read up on it. And frankly, I do have a Target here in Utah, but unfortunately it's a ways away. I may just make the trip to buy some and drink some live on stream while playing the new Fallout when it gets released. Again, guys, if you have any questions about any of the subjects I'm talking about, post them in chat and we'll get around to answer. And now, what can I say? There's going to be a seat right there, Vault-Tec, you can see it right there. The Vault-Tec bobblehead. There's going to be a limited run print of posters as well that you can buy as well. I think it's amazing. I think finally a game is actually tapping into some of its IP. And I mean, the fact that you can buy a Pip-Boy as well is amazing. And you can even get a smartphone for your whatever smartphone you're using. When my smartphone is powered down, you take the smartphone, you can slap it into the Pip-Boy, and it gives you all your Pip-Boy stats. You can also download the right app that actually connects to your account. So that's pretty cool.
And on the Fallout front, there's also a beer that's being done.
Yep.
There's the link for it there.
Also, again, guys, happy Halloween. To all my Irish friends, happy winter solstice, which is what Halloween was originally supposed to be about. But that's not legal there. And so, it amazes me me that some other games haven't tapped into the single IP. I know Star Wars does, which we're talking about Star Wars later on in the second half of the podcast. Most importantly, it's the fact that a lot of games just don't tap into this sort of thing. They really don't. And the fact that these guys have gone ahead and formulated an actual soft drink, you know what I mean? Bothered to copyright it, so people like Pepsi and Coke can't snatch it. They haven't said who's making it.
Jones Cola Company.
Jones Cola Company? Nice, nice. I've actually had some of their, they also make a, oh god, it's a cream soda. Punk's cream soda. It's made by them. A very nice cream soda. A lot of you guys are probably wondering why the hell I actually have a Black Ops beanie. No, the mohawk is still under here, so don't worry. The reason why I'm wearing the beanie is the beanie actually makes it so I can actually hear my own voice. It cranks the headset up enough that I can actually hear my own voice. So I'm not standing there looking like I'm dead all the time. Also, it absorbs a lot of ear sweat. Because these things cover my ears like microphones. But, I'm back to my normal stream schedule. So Monday, War Thunder. Yay. War Thunder. It's back, guys. Don't worry. I'm mostly going to be focusing on War Thunder and a few other games. I'm currently working out an issue with a online MMO I'm playing called Star Wars Galaxies. Yeah, turkey gravy, same as beer. They actually make the bacon beer. That's just wrong. You don't have a bacon beer, you have a bacon egg sandwich while having a beer. That is a meal, my friend. That is a meal, my friend. Okay? Oh, and another thing we're going to be doing after the Patreon podcast will be a politically incorrect podcast. However, that won't be live streamed here on Twitch. That will be recorded. If you want to ask questions, you can ask on Twitter or Facebook, and we will answer your questions. And the politically incorrect podcast will be uploaded to the YouTube channel. So stay tuned to that. Also, on the politically incorrect podcast, or for short, we'll be having actress Mercedes Pereira. She will be giving her 2 cents on Gamergate, on South by Southwest, on Tao, on a whole bunch of other things. So look forward to seeing that. Yes, you can ask good questions about business, but don't troll. You know what I mean?
Don't be a dick about it.
Exactly. Don't be a dick about it, guys. And no, this doesn't mean I'm leaving my wife for me. No. Trust me. Mercedes has a nice bum, but my wife has a nice bum. I'm sorry. I'm a bum.
I'm not leaving mine for her either, but if she wants to get with my wife and let me sit in the corner with a camera, I'm not opposed to that.
Can't hear anything I'm saying. A background noise. I don't hear no background noise.
I've got my Twitch muted on my side.
I don't hear no background noise.
Cause I hear it.
Lee says she hears it from her side.
Okay, what is it? Is it like a hum or what?
Is it like a hum or... Hold on. Let me get her headset over here.
It's like where it slides through his...
It's like some...
Like when it slides through your...
It's like an audio glitch or something from like an intro or some shit.
Oh, I know what that is. I know what that is. Hang on, guys. I know what that is. 1 second, guys. I know what it is. I know exactly what that is.
And Baroness, how would you know if I was horny?
And there you go. It should have stopped. Sorry, it was the intro video that I had clip playing. It was still playing in the background. My bad. Again, I don't use OBS. I'm an XSplit guy. Sorry about that. 2 horny men and a porn actress. Go figure. Hey, screw you, Baroness. I love you, sweetheart. You know this. Okay? And no, it's not like it's going to be anything sexual. Okay? It's not. She's a sweetheart. And again, me and Mercedes have spoken on Twitter and a couple of times on Google+. She's an absolute sweetheart, but she's not my cup of tea. It has nothing to do with her job. Absolutely nothing to do with her job. Did the audio sound clear up? Jenna Jameson is here. Laugh
Stop.
out loud.
It's gone.
Yeah. No, there will be no Jenna Jameson, and frankly, I can't stand that woman. She's used up worse than a makeup sponge. And only people in the porn industry know that joke. But no, at the end of the day, guys, we will be talking. Yeah, you're more than welcome. And thank you, Eisenhower, for stopping by. You're awesome, brother. If you want to be on the Pixel Podcast, Eisenhower, you got my Skype info. Skype me. We'll get you in the call right now. But basically, they're going to be adding Fallout's going to be adding Nuka-Cola available for purchase at Target. Not select Targets, all Targets. See, this is the thing. It's not select Targets. So if you have a Target near you guys, go down, grab a Nuka-Cola. I'm going to grab a couple. I'm going to have them while I'm live streaming the new Fallout as well. What else are we going to talk about? Free games. That'll be coming up here next. But unfortunately, Grim actually has a subject he wants to talk about.
Yeah, to those of you out there that have ever been involved either in the live action role play or even the pen and paper of any of the White Wolf games, like Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines, Redemption, any of those. Most of us that are fans of that have known of the White Wolf, the World of Darkness MMO that CCP was doing, and they canceled it. Well, there's a chance that might actually be coming back, as well as a sequel to the other vampire games. Paradox Interactive, there's the link, has bought all IP rights for the White Wolf World of Darkness.
And so that includes Vampire the Masquerade, that includes a whole bunch of games. CCP basically have a game, it's an open world spaceship game. I can't remember what it's called right now, it's in my freaking email.
EVE Online.
EVE Online, sorry, that's it. They own a game called EVE Online. And I have played it, I've tried it, I've dabbled in it. I had a great big freaking huge monster ship that looks like a caterpillar. Kind of creeped me out. But I grew bored of it really, really quick. And so I stopped playing the game. Frankly, them buying the game, the IP, is a good thing. In my honest opinion. What do you guys in chat think? Do you think it's a good idea that that games are being bought up by other games companies, or should they just be left to die? One of the games that springs to mind is a game I used to play religiously on the Super Nintendo by a game called Metal Marines.
I remember that.
It was based loosely around an anime called Metal Marines. Unfortunately, it was never translated into English. It was only it was translated into Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, everything but English. And when the game was done by Namco. When the game reached England, the anime still hadn't been translated into English, so the game sales flopped. I found the game in a bargain bin at my local gaming store, my local gaming store called Visual Images, and I threw it in my Super Nintendo. I think I paid like £6 for it, and I was hooked on that thing like a big mouse bass. I really was. The game was fucking amazing. It really was.
Anybody that actually wants to try to play Metal Marine, MU Paradise, I'm posting the link. MU Paradise actually has they actually did release a US version of it.
Yeah, I like I said, the game got released in English, but the anime didn't. So the storyline didn't make sense until a Japanese friend of mine came over to my house with VHS cassettes, and we sat there and I watched the entire show, and it all started to make sense to me, and I understood how the units work. It's very similar to Command and Conquer. So you have your units, you build them, You protect your 3 bases. You destroy the enemy bases. It's very, very. It's like a futuristic version of Rampart, and most people are scratching their head going, "What the fuck is Rampart?" Rampart was a game that was originally on the Atari, then in Commodore 64, then the 8-bit Nintendo, in which you have a castle and a set amount of cannons, and you have to attack ships attacking your seafall. And during the repair stage, after you fired your shots and whatnot, you had to rebuild the walls to make a square or a circle or something to rebuild the fort's defenses. Otherwise, the ships that had soldiers would board the city and take the castle, and you'd lose the game. There you go, Rampart. Exactly. It was a fun game. Metal Marines reminded me very much of Rampart when I first started playing it. Very good game. I would love to see a PC port. There was never a PC port of Metal Marines. I would love to see a PC port, maybe update it, maybe make it like an open world sandbox, where if you lose Planet A, Planet B becomes vulnerable to attack, etc., etc. I think that would be a really cool game. That IP, sadly, Namco is doing nothing with it. So that IP is dead. I would love to see it revived. I really would.
They did do a PC release.
No. Every PC release I've ever found is a Trojan or a virus. And I even looked. There is, apparently, they did actually release it on floppy disk. Floppy freaking disk.
Yeah, there was a special master edition that was released by Namco and Mindscape in '95 for the PC.
But unfortunately, I can't find a legit copy. I've tried GOG, I've tried G2A, I've tried Steam, I've tried Origins. Because Origin recently did buy up a whole bunch of old IPs from Namco. And I'm like, maybe they bought Metal Marines. Looked, nothing. And as far as I know, Metal Marines IP is dead. Which is a sad bloody turn of events. Same as Sim Hospital. I know it's owned by EA and Bullfrog, because Bullfrog got bought out by EA, And I know EA did release it for free on Origin for a limited time. So this is why a lot of people prefer Origin over Steam. Because on Origin, once a month, you get a free game. And it's yours to keep forever. But once it's gone, it doesn't come back. On my Origin account, I've probably got about 20, 25 games. And about 16 of them are the free games.
Yep.
I mean, Zuma. I recently just got the 17-in-1 Command and Conquer limited edition. They gave away for free. It's all 17 Command and Conquers.
Yeah, and the messed up thing is I actually bought that sucker when it first came out.
Exactly. It's all 17 Command and Conquers. They gave it away for free. I snapped that up in a heartbeat. I'm a huge Command and Conquer fan.
Oh, and just because it used GameSpy for multiplayer, the multiplayer is still alive. There is a alternative service that emulates the GameSpy master servers to be able to run it.
Oh yeah. You can do it. You can do it. I personally, everyone knows I have a whole bunch of old classic consoles behind the green screen. I am a classic gamer. I would love to physically own the cartridge if I can. But there are some games out there that you just can't own because they're either pirated, i.e. someone will take... For example, everyone likes to try and pirate the Nintendo World Cup ROM. The Nintendo Power. It's got Super Mario and a whole bunch of other games on it.
And it's got the cutout in the top of the cartridge with the dip switches.
With the dip switches. Well, Nintendo did re-release a limited run for the new Nintendo World Championships. There's already pirates of it hitting eBay, where they will buy copies of Zelda, because the cartridge is gold, take a Dremel to it, and solder a dip switch, and just print a new label and put the new label on it. And then try to sell it as the actual game. As the Nintendo World Cups 2015. And everyone thinks that the game, put it on a cartridge, there's going to be no piracy. That's not true.
Well, shit, ROM dump.
ROM dumps. I I remember back in the day there was a floppy disk drive memory save unit for the Super Nintendo. Okay?
Yep. That was the Famicom DD.
And I had one for my Super Nintendo. And I used to go to my local office, etc., and buy floppy disks in like a stack of like 50 of them. And I would save like Super Mario World and everything else to these floppy disks, which were in full and all intensities ROMs. Yet the product was licensed by Nintendo. So these are licensed ROMs. Do you see what I'm saying? And so once every Saturday I'd go to a local car boot sale and I would sell these ROM'd games. And all they would need is the floppy disk drive to read it. You know? And they would need, there was a Game Genie that you could get for the Super Nintendo as well. You put, see in England we had an adapter plate thing you could get where you plugged in a PAL or a British game in the back, and you could put a Japanese or an American game on the top and it would register it as a PAL game. Well, there was also one of those you could get that you slotted down on the top of your Super Nintendo with the floppy disk drive underneath, and the Nintendo would be tricked into reading the floppy disk and not the cartridge. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so, those sold in the fucking tens of thousands.
If I remember right, that piece, it actually had a bootlegged boot ROM in the cartridge that tricked it into loading the game from the floppy disks.
Yeah, from the floppy disk instead of the cartridge. Yeah. Well, that's why you can actually get Star Fox 2 on the Super Nintendo, even though Star Fox 2 never existed. Because someone who actually got the development copy of Star Fox 2 that doesn't even have an ending boss. There is nothing past level 6. Once you reach level 6, the cartridge just resets and goes back to level 1. There is nothing past level 6. What they did was put the cartridge in and copied it, and it took 6 floppy disks. 6 floppy disks. And then that also came out with the PlayStation 1. On the PlayStation 1 there was what looked like a printer port on the back, a peripheral port. Nobody knew what it was for. Nobody knew. Not even developers who got the dev kit version of the PlayStation 1. Nobody knew what it was for. But Chinese hackers did, because they're the ones who came out with the Game Shark and the Pro Action Replay for it. And eventually people came out with an adapter, you plugged it in the back, you flicked the switch, and it turned your PlayStation into a universal PlayStation. You could even put Dreamcast games in the PlayStation and play them.
And then it was shortly after that they came out with the Bleemcast disc for the Sega Dreamcast that would actually let you run PlayStation 1 games on the Sega Dreamcast.
And then they also came out with another emulator for the PC that let you play PlayStation CDs on a PlayStation. I actually remember downloading a program, okay, and the program was called Joy2Key, and if memory serves, the program is still out there. Let me just do a quick Joy2Key. Yeah, the program is still available. You can still get it. I remember downloading this software, Joy2Key, and emulating a joystick on my keyboard to play Resident Evil 2, the US edition, on my PC because my PlayStation wouldn't play it.
Yep. I also remember, I think there was a disc, it was the PS2 Exchange you could get for the original PlayStation. It was a black CD. The title was all in like 3D looking green. I'd picked up at a Rhino Games that would not only run burnt PlayStation games, but it also had the integrated Pro Action Replay as well as the availability to play every single import game on the market.
I had one like that for my Philips my Philips CDI. Now,
oh God, I remember the CDI.
Oh, yeah. Everyone assumed that the CDI was just like a DVD player, you know. And I'm like, no, there were games for the Philips CDI. There were Super Street Fighter 2 came out on the Philips CDI.
As shitty as it was, they had a Zelda game on freaking CDI.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That.
Nintendo actually licensed to a non-Nintendo hardware
Yeah.
company.
They also did a Dragon's Lair as well on the 3DI.
Dude, I love the Dragon's Lair on the 3DI.
They're also making a Dragon's Lair movie, by the way, animated movie. And
You're shitting me.
Nope, and they are basing it on the artist who did the original artwork for the game is doing the movie.
Nice.
So it's gonna be canon basically. And then that led on to the N64, and even the N64 had a little slot in the bottom where you could plug in a CD player. Same as what happened with the Super Nintendo, but instead of burning it to floppy disks, it burnt them to CDs.
And then, of course, everybody talks about, how, Dreamcast was before its time, with online play and all this. No.
No, because you could go online with the 8-bit Nintendo.
Yep. You could, with the 8-bit Nintendo, and then with the Super Nintendo, they did the same thing. It was a cartridge that had a freaking... On the Nintendo, I think it was it originally was a 14.4 modem, and then they released an upgraded version that was
I know
30.
I know a lot of people used to take
36.6.
Used to take their Dreamcasts, and you could even find the guides online. And hey George, hey man, how are you doing? I'm doing great, thank you, George. They used to take their Dreamcasts, take the modem off, break that fucker open, and remove 2 resistors, and it turned it from a 38K modem to a 56K modem. So they could download and play faster. You know what I mean?
Hell, I must have been behind the times. Mine actually had a 56K on it.
No, the original first generation Dreamcast only came with a 38.6K modem. And then there was even people that came out with adapters that you plug it into a LAN port.
Yeah, and that was before Sega finally released the network adapter.
Now, there is one Sega console that everyone keeps overlooking.
Sega Saturn.
Bingo, the Saturn.
I love the Sega Saturn. Fucking Virtual Fighter was my game.
The Saturn was the only console in England that when you bought a game, it came with a RAM pack. Because the console itself didn't have a RAM pack. Now, the N64 had a RAM pack in the front. You could take the RAM pack out, put a new RAM pack in. That's where all your games were saved. They were never saved on the cartridge. They were, well, okay, with the exception of Mario 64. All the other saves were on your RAM pack. Now, Nintendo stole that idea from Sony with the PlayStation and the memory cards. Now, and then they incorporated that into the GameCube. Now, we'll go back to the Saturn. The Saturn had very similar to the front. There was a little box. You could open it up, and you could put RAM packs in there. I remember playing X-Men vs. Street Fighter on the Sega Saturn before I ever played it on the arcades. Okay? And in order to play it, you had to have a double RAM pack. Because that game used almost 64 gigs of RAM to play on the Saturn. Because the first generation Saturns, behind the CD drive, there was a Mega Drive slot, a Genesis slot, so you could play Genesises. Well, what some smart ass did was reroute the RAM pack to the back of that, and he took a Genesis cartridge and added the RAM to the Genesis cartridge. So that's how Sega did it. When you bought a game, there was a CD and a cartridge in there. And it would say RAM pack. And you put the RAM pack in first, then the CD, close the lid, press the power button, and the game would boot. Without either or. Now, if I took the RAM pack out and you just had the CD, you couldn't play the game. But nor could I, because I didn't have the disc. So what some people would do, game developers that is, mostly Capcom that did this, they made a universal RAM pack that covered all of their 2D fighting games. So Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 3, Marvel vs. Capcom, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, X-Men, Shadows of the Atom, and a whole bunch of other 2D fighting games that they had, including, what was it? Oh god, had a whole bunch of robots fighting, not Transformers.
Oh hell, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it now.
Full Metal Madness.
Yeah.
Full Metal Madness, and even Guilty Gear. Because Guilty Gear actually came out on the Sega Saturn first, not the PlayStation. It came out on the Sega Saturn first, then they realized the Saturn couldn't run it as fast as it was meant to be. The game's meant to be played at 60 frames per second. Okay, this is why you can't get a good copy of Guilty Gear on the Xbox or the PlayStation 3 or the PlayStation 4. If you want to play Guilty Gear in its arcade quality, you have to play it, believe it or not, on the PlayStation 2.
Or if you are really hard up and you don't have a PlayStation 2, they actually have, I think I have it on my Steam actually. Where the hell are you? Guilty Gear Asuka is actually on Steam for PC.
Yeah, because like I said, it required a really powerful graphics card. And everyone always overlooked the PlayStation 2. But the PlayStation 2 actually had the most powerful graphics card of that generation.
Oh, and they also have Guilty Gear X2 Reload on Steam now.
Guilty Gear X2 is pretty good. I'm more of an X1 fan. I'm sorry, I preferred X1. This is why it took a while for a lot of the Mugen guys to get the sprite rips from Guilty Gear. Because the sprite rips they would get was either from the Saturn or, from the other consoles, and the sprites would always be off. Either off axis or off color. They wouldn't be the exact prop. Till one guy actually went and bought a Guilty Gear arcade machine and direct dumped the ROM from the arcade. And all he did was post it on Mugen Fury, one of the websites I hang out in. And I do make characters for Mugen. If you want to know what Mugen is a 2D sprite-based game design software where you can make your own fighters, like Ryu, Ken versus Spider-Man or whatever. That's not in Marvel vs. Capcom, for example. Say you've always wanted to see Mega Man beat the shit out of Shinobi. You can do that in Mugen. Okay? So there you go. So yeah, let's see, it takes me on average about 6 months to knock out a really good Mugen character with no bugs. I know it takes some teams of like 8 people a year and a half. So, I like to work fast. But, yeah, it's one of those things that I do greatly enjoy, gaming-wise and whatnot. There you go, Mugen. Thank you for the link there, Reaper.
Not a problem.
That's Mugen. Check it out. See if it's for you. You can download character packs, screen packs. If you want just Marvel versus DC, which they have done, by the way, big shout out to Chauncey. You know who you are. Thank you, Chauncey. Your Batman is fucking flawless. So is your Deadpool. And I actually have that Mugen. I actually have a Marvel vs. DC. It's called Marvel vs. DC Epic Heroes Collide or something like that. Now, Mugen characters and Mugen games cannot charge you money. Period. It's part of the open user license. If you download a Mugen pack and it requires you to pay, report it immediately to the whatever forum or whatever website you're downloading from, because they cannot charge you. They cannot even ask you for donations. Mugen is 100% free, like Linux. Okay, it has to be 100% free, or it breaks the user license agreement with the game developers. Actually, some game developers like Capcom have taken characters that people have made in Mugen and put them in Street Fighter, the actual legitimate games. There's also a Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter variant as well. It's absolutely hilarious watching Scorpion try and throw a Hadouken. Anyway, like I said, it's Mugen. Let's get on to other topics, which is going to be free games. Hands up if you want a free game. I do. Well, here you go. Tribes, You can now download any of the tribes. That's Tribe Vengeance, Aerial Assault, Tribes 2, Star Siege, Earth Siege 2, and Tribes Ascend. You can now download all of them for free for today only. It's the anniversary of Tribes, and they're giving away their games. Links will be in chat if you really want the game. So here, I'll post a link in chat for you guys to read in your own perusal. There's that link, and I got the link from Tom's Hardware as well. Those games are first-person shooters, very similar to Heroes and Generals, but you get a jetpack and get to fly, which is pretty cool. And I believe, didn't they get a graphics update?
I believe so. I believe so on Tribes Ascend.
Yeah, there you go. This is Tribes Ascend got the HD graphics update. It's very similar to Halo as well. It's got a bit of Halo-esque feel to it. I used to be a big Tribes player until sadly I fell into the Unreal death, and the fact that page not found on the second link. I'm looking right at it. Let me refresh.
So you'll probably have to copy and paste the link because for some reason Twitch is separating the damn link.
Okay. Yeah, anyway, there you go. The whole link. Hey Fud, welcome to the stream, buddy. And so yeah, you can download Tribes, all the Tribes for free. So go ahead guys, do that. It's a fun game. I may go ahead and do that later, but unfortunately I have another podcast to record after this. So, it's a great game. You're fine, George. I'm just letting you know, the game's free. I just wanted to let them know I'm a huge fan of Tribes, but back in the day, I kind of fell into the crowd of Unreal Tournament, most notably Unreal Tournament 3 and Quake 3 Arena. Oh dear God, I loved Quake 3 Arena.
Who didn't?
And the fact that I could download Stormtroopers and have them running around with me, you know, and they even taught Rebel Scum, you know, and yeah, it was amazing. Now I got a bit of I've got a bear I got to get off my chest, and warning, rage may happen here.
Is this what I think it is?
It's not about Heroes and Generals, no.
Okay.
I'm done talking about Heroes and Generals. They can go themselves. This is about games that are costing full price, i.e. $60 or more, and immediately requiring microtransactions.
I'm looking at you, Tomb Raider. 300 microtransactions on fucking release.
Exactly. Now, exactly. I got banned for having a left-handed mouse. Well, basically, what this is going to be about. Now, what this is going to be about is, plain and simple, Payday 2. I am a huge Payday 2 player. I have damn near all the DLCs, and the fact that they go ahead and pull this microtransaction bullshit, even though they promised before the game was released, and after the game was released, and after every fucking DLC got released, that they was not going to add microtransactions ever. And they go ahead and do it. It's game developers like that. Exactly, Payday to Win is now what it's known as. Now, it's games like that that do me in. Now, with this revelation happening, the guys over the guys that make that do Killing Floor, they've openly said there is going to be no microtransactions. And in fact, they're trying to add Steam's Workshop into their game so that players can make mods and equipment that other players can use for free. They're offloading that whole every fucking update has to have free shit in it. You know what I mean? They're passing the buck, you know? Exactly. Tomb Raider has become pay to win. Sadly, so has Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain.
Yeah, the whole base insurance crap.
Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain has become a pay to win as well. Also, Phantom Pain does currently have an issue with hackers, and it is sad. But then again, what online game doesn't? Everyone wants to win, no one wants to lose.
Shit, people even use Cheat Engine to hack fucking Facebook games.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to win, no one wants to lose. Exactly. Now, I was a huge Star Wars Galaxies player before the servers went down and everything else. I played Star Wars Galaxies for the whole 8 years. All 8 years, I played Star Wars Galaxies off and on. And I recently found an emulator. A modding group has made their own server. I recently joined them. Unfortunately, they have a single IP per household policy. And therefore, my wife can't play. Now, my wife used to play with me as well. My wife played for almost 5 years of Star Wars Galaxies. And it's sad. I'm currently talking to the guy, to one of the devs right now as we speak. And I told him, please fix this issue because my wife loves Star Wars Galaxies as much as I do. So they are working on fixing that issue. No, I won't be live streaming it, simply because no one wants to see me standing around building 80 different components to build one component to put into a battle droid. You know, no one wants to see that sort of shit. That's like borderline hardcore Minecraft crap. Nobody wants to see that shit, okay?
Minecraft, Trove.
Nobody wants Ark even. It's worse than Ark, okay? If you're an Ark player, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay,
At least in Ark, you got a chance of something trying to frickin' attack your ass while you're trying to build something.
And in Galaxies, that can be the case too, unless you're in your own home, sitting at your own desk with your own tools and your own comps and everything else. Then that's a different story. But no, to be completely honest with you guys, I'm a huge fan of MMOs. Most people don't think I am, especially my wife. I just don't like the fantasy MMOs because they're all the same, which is the big guy is the tank, which means he takes a lot of damage but doesn't do jack shit for damage. The skinny girl, the skinny woman is either a ranger or a mage, blah, blah, blah. They're all stereotypical freaking characters, and I'm not a fan of that. I'm just not. Okay, I just don't. And everyone's like, well, Star Wars is fantasy. Yes, granted. But do you see a wizard running around with an E11 carbine? No. Do you see what I'm saying? Again, my wife is a huge, that's the Baroness in chat, by the way. She is a huge fan of fantasy MMOs. Things like EverQuest, or Evercrack as I call it. What's that one? Perfect World, and a few others like that. That's what she's into. Hey, Baroness. I'm a huge Star Wars Galaxies fan. I'm a huge Star Trek Online fan. I am not a huge Knights of the Old Republic fan. I can't stand Knights of the Old Republic. Now, the original games, yes, I love them. The new online version, no. That is the emphasis of pay to win. Want a bank? Give us $5. Want to talk at all? Not even in local, just want to talk, period. Give us $5. Want to wear more than one purple item? Give us $5.
DC Universe Online's doing the same damn thing.
Exactly. That's what I like to call nickeling and diming your player base to death. EA is not off the hook on that as well. They're doing it for Star Wars Galaxies, for Battlefront. Right now, if you are to buy Battlefront and all of the planned DLCs, you're looking at paying $260. 260 fucking bucks. For that, I could get blown by a hooker dressed like Princess Leia.
Grab her by the bagels?
Granted, the rabbit hole costs extra, but you know what? Do you see what I'm saying? That is just atrocious. This is why games like that fucking Evolve died before it even got started. $60 for a full game. Oh, and immediately, day one DLC. What the flying fuck? I can understand your art department, once the game reaches a certain point, have fuck all to do. This is why you fire them! Or you put them on a different project. Or better yet, granted, you stick them on the DLC squad, which is not day one DLC, but maybe 2 or 3 months down the line. Look at Hearthstone, okay? Do you think the art department at Hearthstone at Blizzard sits around twiddling their thumbs? No, they're too busy doing regular image, foil image, holographic image, and then animated image, all for the same fucking card. And they've got to do that on average for 108 cards per expansion? Do you really think the art department has time to freaking scratch their ass and sniff on a razor? No. They're too busy doing all of that shit. Do you see what I'm saying? There are certain genres of games, okay? Certain genres of games that demand that the art department and the model department and the textures and whatever departments stay on board. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, don't even get me started on Overwatch. I'm actually in the Overwatch beta, and I would sooner rather go back crawling on my hands and knees to heroes and generals and lick their assholes.
I'd rather go back, start playing goddamn Dirty Bomb again.
No, that hack-filled fucking thing. Don't even get me started on that shit. See, now, I understand that they're free-to-play games have to make their money. They have to cover server costs. They have to cover developments and IP rights and everything else and blah, blah, blah. I understand that. But why can't they do that like games like Aftermath? Aftermath pays for their servers with items that do not affect the game at all. Oh, you want a snazzy new t-shirt? How is that going to make you a better sniper? Or how is that going to make you hide from zombies better? Do you see what I'm saying? That's the right way to do it. Want early access to a new zone of the map? You know, granted, that I can see. That's not giving you an in-game advantage other than knowing the layout of the land. You know? It makes fucking sense. But
and about the only thing that changes with the weapons that you get from crates in Aftermath is they're pretty freaking skinned.
Yeah, the skins. And even then, do you keep the skins permanently?
Not if it's already pre-applied, no.
Yeah, but do you see what I'm saying? There's nothing in the game that's going to make me a better give me a tactical advantage over Reaper, over you, George, over you, Leah, over you, Baroness, if I put money into the game. Nothing. Now you're thinking, well, what's going to make me want to put money in the game? How about the fact I'm enjoying the game and I want to see the game live? Like me, I'm not going to lie, I've downloaded pirated games. I've downloaded them, I've tried them. If I like the game, I will buy the game. See, back in the late 90s, early 90s, late 2000s, there was these wonderful things called demo discs. You know, they've gone the way of the dodo, but they existed, damn it. Fuck, I still have a demo disc right over there. I shit you not. Here, I'll show you one of the largest gaming archaeological finds of the century. I'm going to show you a demo disc. Granted, it's for the Xbox 360, but it's a demo disc.
Hell, I still remember when PC Gamer and Maximum PC used to frickin' put CDs and DVDs in their frickin' magazines that had game demos and software demos and stuff on them.
An army of 2 demo disc. Do you see? They actually existed. And believe it or not, game developers have openly said piracy goes down when you give the people something. Okay? Everyone, this is going to tie me into the Star Wars movie. Bear with me. Everyone is so fucking hyped, including myself, about the new Star Wars movie. I'm literally sitting here. If I could, I would fap off right now at the introduction of Star Wars. But it hit me like a brick, okay, after watching the new trailer, that this is exactly the sort of thing the gamers always won. Why do you think there was Nintendo Power? Why do you think there was PlayStation Power? Why do you think there were these magazines? Exactly. I am not going to hide it. I'm not. This is why I say please do not post links to torrents of porn, okay? Simply because it's part of Twitch's rules. But most importantly, I'm not going to lie. I have pirated games. I have downloaded them, installed them, played them. If I liked them, I went to my local store or Steam or Origin or whatever and bought them. Okay? And then I've uninstalled the pirated copy and installed the legitimate copy. I've done that. I've done it for maybe 6 games, 7 games that I can remember. And this is when I was living back in England, when piracy was big, like Doom. Oh my god, shareware. Right there! Shareware games. Okay? Doom, Wolfenstein, freaking Hexen. You know, those were the shit because they allowed you to look at what was coming by actually playing the freaking game. Not watching a tech demo, and I'm looking at you, Activision, not watching a tech demo of this most glorious fucking game in the universe, and yes, I'm talking about Watch Dogs, okay, only to get basically 8-bit Pac-Man. Because everything was locked away. And the ironic thing is, the files were in the game. It took a modding group to crack the game to make it look like the tech demo. Because Activision and EA and Christ knows who else couldn't get their copies of the game, the games they programmed, to work flawlessly on their hardware. Well, not everyone is stuck with Alienware pieces of shit.
And I'm not even going to get into the frickin' major ass screw up that they pulled with Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
They did the same thing with Witcher 3, and then now with Fallout 4, we're looking at the possibility of it is that frickin' NVIDIA Hairworks bullshit.
Yes.
They actually found in Watch Dogs and Witcher 3 that the vast majority of frame rate problems people were having was because of NVIDIA freaking Hairworks and NVIDIA GameWorks.
Yep. Exactly that. Exactly that.
Once people figured out how to crack that shit out and completely disable it, the gameplay was fine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And FYI, no, I have not. Halo Warhammer. I've not touched The Witcher at all. I have no intentions of playing The Witcher. It's just not my cup of tea. Exactly. I'm not gonna lie. I have bought games because I've pirated them.
So have I.
And what would stop piracy, honestly, in its tracks? Demo discs. Bring back demo discs. Put it on your damn website. Say, would you like to demo the game? Here you go. Download this executable or download this torrent. Install the game. It's timed for 10 minutes or, you know, put some limitations in the game, in the demo, you know, like they used to. And
like with Wolfenstein 3D, they gave you access to the first freaking episode on the shareware version.
Yeah. So,
and then after that, it goes, if you liked it,
$1.99, we accept American Express, Amex, whatever. Yeah, $2 and you unlock the game. You know? There's also a game that I used to play that was like that, and something Command. I can't remember. Astral Command? Spatial Command? Something like that. I found that game on a demo disc. Installed it on my PC and realized 16 hours had just flown by. On the demo. I kept rebooting the demo when the demo was ended. I kept rebooting it and playing it. To the point where my roommate was like, dude, just buy the fucking thing. I'm like, I don't have a credit card. He hands me his credit card. Put it in. They send me the serial key. In my email. In plain text. This is how long ago it was.
Yep.
Put the key in and said, thank you for helping this small company, you know, blah. And I started playing the actual full game. I can't remember what it was fucking called now. It's pissing me off. But I started playing it, Astral Commands or something like that. It was where you were like an emperor of a race, and you had a research tech. It's very similar to Alpha Centauri, Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, but it was on an old school 2D.
Astral Commander.
Astral Commander. That's the
They
one.
actually re-released it for Android.
Do you see what I'm saying? It was such a cool game. I kept playing it on my old little shitty 586 SX with like 8 megabytes of RAM. Woohoo! No, sorry, 16 megabytes of RAM. Woohoo! And a whopping 15 gig hard drive. You know, like I said, it was a toaster back then. But I enjoyed playing it. And I bought the damn game from the demo.
And I gotta agree with Fred there. You know, like you said, you have the fucking demos on console. Why not PC?
Exactly.
You know, and he's talking about Battlefield 2 demo, the Gulf of Omen. Dude, I'll put it like this. I remember Battlefield 1942 and demo that was freaking Wake Island. By the time I actually bought that game, I knew Wake Island like the back of my hand, and I had people constantly trying to report me for cheating or hacking because I had played the demo so damn much. I knew every single sniper spot on that map and right where to hide to do it.
Mm-hmm. But no, I'm serious. I wanted, in all honesty, I just want demos. I know Steam has a section in their store, but there's no section that says demos. It's got free to play, early access. Oh, there you go. Now they've got it. Demos. Steam demos. Zombie Exodus demos. Solar Wars. Sins of a Solar Empire. That's what it was called. That's the expansion that I bought. Because it just first aired. But yeah, there's demos you can get. Series, demo, tactical space, combat. I might take a look at that. But no, there is demos you can get on Steam. But what I'm saying to you is there's no actual full games like Killing Floor 2 or Call of Duty or whatever that will let you. They're just betas. No. Just call it a freaking demo, you know?
That's the thing that gets me too, is the whole, with a lot of games, you know, it's like with, for example, H1Z1.
Mm-hmm.
They have already said when H1Z1 comes out, it is going to be free to play.
Uh-huh.
But if it's going to be free to play and you basically have us beta testing your fucking shit, why the hell do we have to pay $20 to beta test the motherfucker?
Exactly. That's not a beta test. If anything, that's a buy-in. They should at least refund the $20 after the beta test is done.
Yeah, just give me the damn $20 back in my freaking Steam wallet. I could use it for something else.
Yeah, I'm serious. They should return the $20 once the beta's over. Use that.
Don't even get me started with their community managers.
Use that $20 as a guarantee that you're not going to be a hacker or whatnot. I've got to give props to Fight Fair, the new anti-hack system that Steam has incorporated.
Fair Fight?
Other than Punk Buster, because that will run when you run the game. Punk Buster runs all the time in the background on your PC, which eats up memory, it eats up processors and everything else. And some games don't use the right version of Punk Buster, so it'll install its version of Punk Buster, which then runs on top of that version of Punk Buster, which just eats up more and more memory. You know what I mean? Well,
yeah.
Fair Fight runs in the background when the executable is played. Do you see?
And it doesn't even hardly run jack local either. It's all pretty much server side. All it does local is initiate the connection to the Fair Fight master servers.
Yeah, Fud. I plan on buying some Nuka-Colas and drinking them and whatnot when I live stream Fallout 4 and whatnot. I'm also planning on getting the poster as well. So yeah, that's just some of the show notes, guys, for you. But I know, and now it's going to show the chat twice. Oh, that's nice. Let me just get rid of that. And so yeah, again, it's one of those things, guys, that makes you always wonder what exactly game developers are thinking. Because see, this is the thing. Gabe Yule of Steam, no, the whole legendary, Half-Life 3 Gabe Yule said, if you want to beat the hackers, the crackers, and the pirating groups, you've got to give your players, your viewers, your potential buyers something they can't give. And every developer said, and what's that? And he looked at me and said, demos. And CEOs of like Sony and Microsoft and whatnot laughed at him. And he goes, you think I'm joking? Here. And he made a joke about Half-Life 3 demo. That you can download. It crashed. Steam's main front page.
Yeah, it crashed it within, I think it was like within 5 minutes of it hitting Reddit and everywhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Almost took the whole Steam CDN down.
Yeah, exactly. And exactly. Stop hiking up the price of PC games. Okay.
Oh, no shit. It's like, that is one thing right there that pisses me the hell off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can't remember what game it was, but when I had my PlayStation 3, I bought it on PlayStation 3. I paid like $20 for it.
Mm-hmm.
Turn around, come to find out, oh, they're releasing it on PC like 2 months after the console release, and it shows up on Steam, and I'm like, what the fuck? They actually want $50 for this damn thing?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, it's and this is another thing that everyone seems to have forgotten. When Black Ops 1 first went to get released, Treyarch said that once you download or buy DLC, regardless of what platform, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, it will be made available for your Treyarch account on all other platforms.
And they never did it. Because on the Xbox 360, I actually bought all the DLCs. And then a friend of mine, and I even still have the actual, here it is. Literally, I'm not joking, here it is, okay? Bought me a copy for PC on Steam, installed it thinking, okay, I'm going to get all the DLCs, logged into my Treyarch account. No DLCs for me. I have to buy them separately. What? That's something else that pisses me off too. The whole season pass bull crap.
Yeah, that right there is double dipping. Okay.
Oh yeah.
You cannot double dip for taxes. You cannot double dip or be charged twice for the same crime. Yet game developers want to double dip into the gaming market pool. Now everyone wonders why the gaming market is $30 billion. Actually, it's not. It's about $15 billion. It's just the gaming developers like to double dip. Here's $60 for a full price fucking game. Oh, by the way, immediately you need the fucking DLC pass, or you can just buy the DLC separately when we release them. But if you get the DLC pass, you get the DLCs, 4 weeks early.
Yep, and I'm looking at the whole damn Call of Duty franchise since frickin' World at War, because that's shortly after they started the whole season pass crap,
yeah.
And then now it's gotten even worse. I mean, yes, they don't bring in anything that's game changing, but they're gouging the hell out of people with microtransactions for frickin' weapon skins.
See, now, believe it or not, this is why I like games like Insurgency, that was originally a mod for another game. I believe it was Arma.
It was actually on the Source 2 engine.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? It was a mod, and then they made it its own game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sort of shit I like. And the reason why I like that is because it's a proven platform. They don't have to fuck around with it. Now, and another thing I love about Insurgency, all the DLC is free. They will never charge you a penny for the DLC. All DLC in Insurgency is free. And because it uses the Source engine, Steam's Workshop actually works in Insurgency. If you want a P90 and it's not in the game, and someone uploads a P90 model and whatnot from, say, Counter-Strike 2, it's the fucking P90. And it will work in the game. Minimal fucking coding required. Do you see? Which again takes the load off the dev team. So they can concentrate on getting you better maps, better AI, better weapons, better, bug hunting, anti-hacks. Do you see what I'm saying? It just works all around.
Yep. Yeah, and like Fudd said there, the only good Call of Duty was the very first one. You had the expansions, which was fair. Which, yeah, I can agree with that. But I'll look at it like this: the last of the Call of Duty, the most recent Call of Duty games that were really worth a shit, that didn't cost you an arm and a leg after you bought them, was Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare and Call of Duty World at War, because both of those, the new maps, new game features, all of that, were all brought in as the freaking patch in the patches, free of charge, didn't charge nothing. And now you look at Call of Duty anymore, and I mean, yes, I still play Call of Duty. I just played like 20 rounds of freaking Advanced Warfare last night, but anymore it's like you don't see any major bug fixes or any major fixes to the maps that are glitched without them releasing it as a fucking DLC. And after they do their DLC run, you never see any more come out, any more patches or anything else.
Well, it's like Batman, the new Batman. Okay, it came out broken because it was rushed. Warner Brothers dev team said we were rushed. We were told to get the game out now, because of freaking Dragon Inquisition was coming out. And now
Rocksteady Games wanted to rush it.
Yeah, and because of freaking GTA 5 and everything else, and all these other AAA titles were coming out, and they wanted to get the corner of the market. And so they rushed the game, and it looked rushed. It felt rushed. So they took the game off the market, haven't issued any refunds for players who got their free game with a graphics card or whatever from Newegg, okay? Haven't issued any kind of refund to them. Re-released the game, and guess what? All the fucking bugs are still there.
Yep.
They think that we're just gonna forget.
Oh, and they think, we'll make it good, and if you buy it on Steam, you get Batman Arkham Knight themed helmets and shit for Team Fortress 2.
Yet, the ironic thing is, the new Batman is just driving around in a Batmobile.
Yeah, 90% of the game driving around in a Batmobile.
I want an open world Batman. That's
if
what I want.
To drive around in a Batmobile, I just go mod single player for GTA.
Do you know exactly what I want? I want Shadows of Mordor, but Batman. That's all I want.
That would be epic as fuck.
Shadows of Mordor, but Batman. That's it. You're Batman. You're doing your whole rooftop swing thing.
Hell, they could even leave it in the old days and go back to the freaking the medieval Batman storyline that they did.
Yeah, the whole steampunk Batman.
Yep.
Yeah, but no, that's what I would like. I would like Batman, Arkham, whatever, but done in the way of Shadows of Mordor, where you get random bosses like Penguin or Joker. Say you're on a mission and all of a sudden fucking Deathlock jumps through the window. Now you've got Deathlock to contend to as well. Yeah, or exactly like a sandboxed Batman, basically, is what I want.
Yeah, basically set like the way they did with Far Cry and like they've done and are continuing to do with Dying Light.
Yeah, that is what I would like. I would like a Batman done very similar to like Shadows of Mordor, where you're on a mission or a quest, and out of nowhere the Joker shows up and his goons. Now you got the Joker to contend with and the fucking goons. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what I would like. I would like an open world Batman. How hard is that? They did it for fucking Spider-Man.
They've done it for...
They did it for the Incredible Hulk on the PlayStation 2.
Yep.
And you're telling me you can't do it for Batman?
Yeah, yep. Fuck off.
Fucking... there's one person I would love to get on the podcast, because he would rip what we're saying to shreds, and that's Alpha Omega Sin.
Oh, God, yes. Him or, oh, God, what's his name?
Fucking, I would love to get Alpha Omega Sin. If you guys are on Twitter, tweet to Alpha Omega Sin, tell him be on the Pixel Podcast. I would love to get him on as a guest. I really would. But no, I'm serious. The new Batman is just driving around in a fucking Batmobile. It's like playing Ghostbusters 2 on the 8-bit Nintendo. You know, it's boring as fuck.
Oh my god! Don't even get me started on that piece of shit.
It's like playing Alex the Kid on the 8-bit Sega Master System. You know what I mean? With the oversized stupid fist. It's boring as fuck.
God, yes.
It's boring as fuck. I played like...
Caveman Joe.
It's so bad. Okay, the new Batman game is so bad, I won't pirate it. I won't even fucking download it. I legitimately got a CD key. Someone bought a graphics card and didn't want the key, gave it to me. Okay? Exactly. Boogie. I would love to get Boogie 2988 in here as well. Threw the key in my Steam, started playing it. Took me 15 minutes to realise it might as well just be Batmobile Arkham Knights. Because that's all it is. You're just driving around in the fucking Batmobile. At least the previous Batmans, Arkham Asylum and whatnot, you actually did shit as Batman.
Yep.
You know? And it was a very Metroid-esque game. You know, oh, I don't have this power-up yet. Let me go get the power-up, come back to this section of the fucking prison or the sewer system, and I'll be able to get that power-up I'm staring at or something.
Out of all the new Batman games, I can honestly say, and it's the only one I legitimately own on PC, is Batman Arkham Asylum Game of the Year Edition.
Yeah, Arkham Asylum's the one I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about? The one where you got to use the freeze ray and the batarang to shimmy across to get that one power up, and the Riddler constantly fucking sending you those cryptic messages, and you got to destroy the fucking relays and whatnot so the Batwing can come pick you up and shit. You know, that's a Batman game. You know, I would like that. You know, and when I read that DC Online was out, I was like, yeah, finally, sweet. Nope. Fucking microtransaction filled bullshit.
Yep.
Microtransaction fucking horse shit. And I'm sorry.
And they screwed players. This is one of the reasons why I stopped playing DCUO. They were doing, at the time, a package where you could buy this package. It was like $5. Mm-hmm. You got access to your second slot in your utility belt, extra character slot, some marketplace cash, and something else. I can't remember what it was. And then, like 6 months later, they change it. Mm-hmm. It's basically the same package, but they yank out getting the second utility belt slot. And everybody that had the second utility belt slot from buying that got it yanked from them in game.
That's horseshit.
Yeah.
That is horseshit.
That happened to me, and happened to a buttload of people in the guild that I was in.
Well, it's
all of us quit because of that shit.
It's like the reason why I'm boycotting Wargaming, with that debacle with the Humble Bundle deal, and the fact that they pulled back all the fucking items that they was going to give away to the people who donated to the charity, because too many people donated, and Wargaming were losing their fucking ass on each Humble Bundle deal being purchased.
Buck up, buttercups.
That they literally reneged on the fucking deal. I lost my Tier 5 premium ship, my Grimiashi. I lost the ship slot. I lost the gold. I lost the credits. I lost everything. And their only answer on their own forums was to do a chargeback on a charity organization. Because they were not going to honor their end of the agreement. That is the reason why I said, fuck Wargaming. I'm done with them. You're lucky, man. They took all of mine, same as like 1,500 other people.
They took all my shit, and
they took all the fucking Blood Crow stuff too.
When I bitched and complained all over everything they were on, they turned around and banned my one account.
Yep. Now, talk about bannings. Thank you for the transition. There will no longer be any Heroes and Generals content on my channel. None. There will be none on the YouTube video. I'm leaving the YouTube videos I did up. I'm leaving those up because I find them informative. The moment those videos become obsolete, I will take them down. But I will no longer be doing anything with Ritu. I will no longer be talking about Ritu after today. I will no longer be talking about Heroes and Generals after today. I was unjustly banned from Heroes and Generals, and I quote, for the fact I use a left-handed mouse. I use the left-handed Naga Razor Edition. This is the mouse I use. Okay? You can readily buy it on eBay for 45 to 60 bucks. Okay? This is the second one. My first one, the scroll wheel died. Okay? Now, this mouse has a built-in macro function. The only way to turn that macro function off is to download the software and forcibly turn it off every time your PC reboots. I forgot to do it one fucking time.
See, that's the thing I don't understand. They're gonna go after you because of that. Well, why the hell don't they go after a lot of freaking gamers like myself that for the longest time was running a freaking Logitech G600 that has a freaking 36 function button panel on the damn side, and that software loads every single time you boot the damn computer.
Now, the reason why I got banned isn't necessarily just the mouse. It's the software. Because this mouse has a auto-click feature. Okay, you know what that means? I hold the button down and it keeps clicking for me. Okay? It's to save on the buttons. Okay? Razer even said it's a feature that's in the mouse, you can turn it off. Okay? The one time I didn't fucking do that, it is registered with Heroes and Generals as a auto-clicker / cheat / hack. This is what got me banned. My mouse is what got me banned.
And that's the most ridiculous shit ever, because I mean, hell, even Call of Duty and Battlefield don't even ban for that shit.
This is what got me banned. My mouse. Now, you guys have watched me stream Heroes and Generals, right? Do you see a name tag hack? Do you see an aimbot? Do you see me walking through walls? Do you see me flying or levitating of any kind? Do you see me one-shot killing tanks with a fucking rifle? No. You see nothing. You see none of that. Because I do not hack. I have never hacked. My first account, Deceptive Cobra. Okay? My first main account, Deceptive Cobra, that got banned because that account got hacked. And the person who hacked that account, okay, was using hacks. Now, I made a second account, Deceptive Cobras, with an S. Fine. Everything's fine. The one time I forget to fucking turn off the auto-click feature in the mouse, I get banned. Now, this is the pisser, okay? I have been using this mouse with Heroes and Generals for almost 6 to 7 months. The one time I go to Heroes and to their main stream, I think it was devblog number 4849, where they were showing the new map and asked players to log in and play the new map and play the new mode and everything else. I did that. Now, here's the pisser. The test server infected my PC with malware. Robotron 3000 Thank you, George. Love you too. Now Robotron 3000 even posted on the Steam group forums apologizing for the fact that their servers unwillingly infected over 2,000 players.
And all because of why? They can't follow simple freaking development and security protocols on their shit.
And you want to know what the pisser is? Every single one of those players who got infected got banned. Myself included. I played on the test server for about 8 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay? Logged off the test server, went to bed, got up in the morning, went to log in to my Heroes and Generals account, and it told me banned for hacking/cheating.
For the second time.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Sent a direct tweet to Splixon. Sent a direct tweet to freaking Robotron. Sent in a ticket. Did everything I could to get someone's fucking attention as to the fact that, well, one, you're peddling viruses, and two, I'm banned for no fucking reason. All of my tweets went unanswered. All of my emails went unanswered. The one time they did answer my ticket, it was a cut and paste saying, you were caught hacking, tough fucking titties, nah, 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 nah. That was their answer, basically. I even pasted their response to the Deceptive Cobra's Facebook group, okay? Their direct response, nothing was edited, not even my email address. Directly cut and pasted. Now I can't even send in a ticket because I'm banned from the forums and the website. So I can't even contest this.
And I got banned for freaking pointing out the obvious that they violated and didn't follow proper security procedures for their development systems and their damn content development content delivery network.
Now, see, this is the thing, George. Okay, you've played against me in Heroes and Generals. You've played with me in Heroes and Generals. In your honest opinion, George, do you think I was hacking at any point? Says it all. Says it all right there.
I think the most hilarious thing of the whole thing is this, is that fucking copy-paste, cookie-cutter bullshit response that they sent you was sent by one of the fucking devs that has been in this fucking channel watching.
Exactly. And I even invited Splixon to join me. I'm like, Splixon, why don't you come log in and hang out with us? Why don't you come in, log in, and hang out? I mean, seriously, right now, I will press whatever key on my keyboard, okay? I will make a brand new account and probably name it Go Fuck Yourself Ritu, okay? Log in, and I will press any key on my keyboard live if you think I'm hacking to bring up whatever hack menu or whatever you think that's there.
Hell, I'd let them team view into my goddamn box.
Me too. I have nothing to hide.
Oh, yeah. The reason why they banned me, I found out, was violation of community standards because I called out their bullshit freaking practices in their development team and their server security.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but you know what?
And see, this is
I
the
got
thing.
something for you right here.
This is the thing, okay? Now, this is another thing that Heroes and Generals does that pisses me off. They hide behind Steam Wallet's paywall. If you put money into the game, okay, and are banned, you cannot get a refund. Which goes against Steam's terms of service policy. Now, this is another thing. My Steam account, and I will even fucking screen show you guys. My Steam account is in green 100% good standing.
Mine's not, unfortunately, because 9.5 years ago, my Steam account actually got hacked. And I never played the original, I never played Counter-Strike Source. I always played CS16. And the person that hacked my account, which they even matched the IPs, showed the IP did not match what I'd been running with on IPs and everything. They're like, well, you know, the guy was caught hacking, so you have a VAC ban infraction on your account, And no, we can't remove it because we don't have the access to do that. And I'm just like, you got to be fucking kidding me. It's a change in the goddamn VAC database. What the fuck? So I'm sitting here on my Steam account right now.
Exactly. Thank you. Now, as you can see right here, Malavictus, there's my Yahoo email. Don't spam it. Trust me. But right there, protected by Steam Guard. Status, green in good standing. Right fucking there. If the game, Heroes and Generals, is on Steam and I'm apparently hacking, how can I be in good standing with Steam?
Exactly.
Do you see what I'm saying? This fucks Heroes and Generals in the arse, leaving them gaping. I have not once, nor will I ever, hack a single online game. I have no reason to.
I mean, hell, I'll put it like this. People want to see mine. There you go. I'll share my freaking screen. Right there. One VAC ban on record. And it's been 3,724 days since the last ban. Figure that one out. And that was all because of my shit getting hacked.
But you see what I'm saying? I'm in good standing. 100% across the board. Green. 5x5. And it's a fucking insult to me that they actually fucking think I'm hacking because I'm left fucking handed.
That's fucking straight up. That's just nothing but that technically could be a clear-cut discrimination right there.
Seriously, all because I'm left fucking handed. This is the only left-handed mouse on the market. The only one. The only other one got pulled off the market. And that was a Logitech. And that got pulled off the market. So I'm forced to use these ambidextrous crap ones like this one. With the buttons on both sides. It still causes my hand to cramp. This one, the Razer, doesn't. Exactly. It's horse shit, and there's nothing I can do about it because I can't even log in and contest the ban. They've banned me from the forums. I can't log in at all. Period. Bar none. Yeah, this is the thing. Warhammer 2020 in chat has been banned by Ritu before, and he got his account back because he proved them wrong. Yet now, in their infinite Nazi wisdom, they're never wrong. And people keep wondering why everyone says there's nothing but German bias. Well, what do you expect? Where are they in? Denmark! Hey, Warhammer. I mean, seriously, Warhammer actually got his account back. I can't, though. My account is gone. It's locked. I've lost everything. Even if I did get my account back, I'd be stuck with one US soldier. All my guns, all my equipment, everything else, gone. I would be better off just starting a brand new account. And if I did, I'd probably name the soldier Just Don't Give a Fuck. Or Hans Gruber. Just Don't Give a Fuck. Hans,
Adolf Hitler.
Hans, you can suck my bronze tuba. How about that? I'm serious. That's what got me pissed. I have never been... Exactly. I have been never banned on another game. Period. None. Granted, I'm gonna go full disclosure here. Okay? I am on some hacking forums. Okay? I'm on them. But not for the reasons you think. I'm on them so that I know what to look for when I'm playing a game.
Same thing here.
It's called Forfault Recon. Do you know what I mean?
And with me being a server admin for 8 different Call of Duty servers, I'm all over that shit all the time, seeing what the crap does and what to look out for out of player behavior on my servers.
See, this is. Do you see what I'm saying? This is the exact reason. I only go on those forums. One is called. Hang on, let me look at my bookmarks real quick, and I'll tell you exactly what they're called. No, it's MPGH and Elite PvPers.
Yep.
I go to Elite.
And I'm on Elite PvPers, not just for looking for that.
I
But
go.
Elite PvPers actually has a section for
server
emulators.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm on Elite PvPers. Is for the server emulators, because my wife likes to play a game called Zero Online, which was a futuristic mech game that was very similar to Diablo 2. You go into zones and kill lots of enemies and whatnot and stuff like that. My wife was a big Zero Online player, and there is an emulator, and that's why I'm on there. As for MPGH, which is multiplayer game hacking, I'm a member over there to keep an eye on the hacks for the games that I do play, so I know what I'm looking for, so that when I file a report with whatever anti-hack, and I have filed, tickets for, this person's hacking, that person's hacking. I tell them, I think it's this hack. I think it's that hack located on this website. And I will link the hack itself. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I said, I actually do that. Now, why do I do that? Because I want people to play fair. It, in its own right, is only fair that other players play fair. You know? And I've even reported people in World of Tanks that use specific mods that are banned. For example, the dead white tanks, which shows dead tanks as a white box, so not that you can't shoot through them and stuff, is banned. The reload timer above the enemy tanks, that's banned. Laser sights, basically the barrel of everyone's tank has a permanent laser sticking out of it, so you know if an enemy's looking at you. You see what I'm saying? That's a bannable mod. I purposely, I will even say to them, look, this is my name in game. Why don't you come join me? Have them in a room with me, see that they're using it, and report them with the video and screenshots as evidence. Why did I used to do that? Because I want the game to be fucking fun and fair for everyone. I don't want just one douchebag running around with a fucking aimbot. It's why I quit playing Battlefield 3. Everyone kept accusing me of hacking in Battlefield 3. I was live streaming me playing Battlefield 3. How am I fucking hacking, you idiot? You're on the water tower. You're always on the water tower because that's where you freaking parachute in from because you're a muppet. And I'm a recon sniping you. Yeah, I'm hacking, ain't I? Fucking dipshit.
Speaking of the Zero Online and the mechs, I just come across this.
Hey there, Grumpy Kitten. Love the net. Hey there, Grumpy Kitten.
Thought some people in here might enjoy. This is the first early in-engine visual exploration for the new BattleTech game that is being developed right now.
Nice.
It's only 30 seconds long, but...
Wow, is it the CryEngine? Unreal?
They haven't said what
Unity?
engine... Are you shitting me?
No! Read the freaking description. They're using their own modified version of Unity. Nice!
Oh, shit. Nice.
That is freaking awesome!
Yeah, we may actually be getting a decent BattleTech game.
I'll tell you one thing. I loved my original BattleTech.
Dude, I remember when they put the BattleTech games out on the 8-bit NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. I had every single damn one of them.
I've still got a copy of MechWarrior Mercenaries. The whole CD thing with the whatnot over
I
there.
fucking love that game.
And unfortunately, you guys are going to cry. I recently found my copy of Star Wars Empires at War, the gold edition.
Oh, man.
And my CD-ROM drive doesn't work. It broke. So I can't install it.
Does that have a CD key for it?
It does. I tried it on Steam. Doesn't work.
Don't worry about that. go hit the torrent site, see if you can find the gold version torrent that's the ISOs, and just install from the ISOs with the key.
That's not a bad idea. I might try that later.
I had to do that with one of my daughter's Nancy Drew games because the first disc was screwed up and it wouldn't install, so I just downloaded the damn.
But yeah,
ISOs.
see, I have the keys. The keys are on the manuals.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, absolutely huge, and I'm not kidding. Okay, tell me to pick a direction right now on my desk.
To the left.
Left, all right. 2 battle droids. Want to go even further left? Original Kenner 3PO.
Nice.
My lucky 3PO. Do I want to go even further? 501st Classic Stormtrooper.
Nice.
I can go even further than that if you want. Let's see, I've got an AT-AT Walker on that shelf. I've got a whole bunch of snowtroopers next to it. Go right, okay? Here you go. Commander Rex, Clone Wars. With removable helmet.
Nice.
Want me to go even further right? Okay. Here you go, even further right. Snap tight TIE Fighter. Want me to go even further right? Okay. Micro Machines Death Star.
The other day when you put that video up on YouTube, did I see a Federation starship over there?
Yes, it's right there. let me zoom out real quick. I'll show it to you. Fuck it, I can just lift it up and show it to you. Yeah, I
Oh my god.
I built a Miranda class starship based loosely on the Miranda class starship I flew in Star Trek Online.
Nice.
And yes, she is lit up.
That is freaking nice.
Yep, I've got that. There's a Klingon D7 battle cruiser behind her as well. I'm working on a scratch-built Borg cube right now.
Nice.
I have a modeling channel on YouTube called Malavictus, Malvictus, Malavictus Inc., where I paint miniatures and build model kits and a whole bunch of other things. I can go even further than that. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Boom. Steampunked ATSD.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I've got Star Wars everywhere. Literally everywhere. I've got Star Wars. On the wall behind me, I've got Ahsoka Tano, Mace Windu, and Kit Fisto. On the wall, still in their packaging. Here, from the Clone Wars. Ahsoka. On the wall, right next to her. Dun dun dun. My nigga, Mace Windu. And next to him, my other nigga.
Motherfucker, did you just try to force choke me?
Right there, Kit Fisto.
Nice.
And on the wall behind the green screen, I have about 19 stormtroopers still in their packaging. Plus to mention the ones right here next to my desk. Literally. I'm not kidding. Here. I'm not kidding. Seriously. My desk is covered in stormtroopers. Oh, not to forget my lucky R2. My lucky R2. I am probably... My wife thinks I'm crazy. Because I live, breathe, and die Star Wars. Yeah, it's my lucky R2. Yeah, you wish you had the girth of D2. Seriously, I'm like I said, I'm just a big sci-fi geek, and yeah, I'm a car guy. Everyone looks at me and they'll start mentioning like Star Wars or Star Trek or Stargate while I'm working on a car, and I'm like, no, that's the episode where Jack O'Neill gets infected by the virus and has to go see the grey aliens who are imitating the Norse gods and have the information removed from his brain, and this geek's looking down at me like, how the hell do you know that? And I'm like, what, because I'm covered in grease, I'm not intelligent? You know? And then what was even funny was his sister, looks at me and goes, "You have got it all going on." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "British, mechanic, and a geek. You, sir, are what us geek girls call a trifecta." And I'm like, "But I'm married, sorry."
Yeah, well,
You know?
I don't have much in the way of Star Wars, but I'm starting to build my Doctor Who collection. You've already
Yeah.
seen this, but I'm going to show this to the stream.
The Angel-
This is my latest addition to my Doctor Who collection.
Hey! Nice pop caps. Oh, I didn't show you the Star Wars pop caps I've got. The Boba Fett and the Stormtrooper. I've even got one of the original 70s blankets from Star Wars. Oh yeah. Oh, my Vader head. I didn't show you my Vader head. Hang on. Yeah, that sits on its own shelf.
Son of a bitch.
And it's full of figures. I've even got a 3PO.
Oh my god.
These are
No,
all...
the sad thing is, if I had the money, I'd have the original Vader head carrier like that.
Now, I even have...
I had it all till I lost it in the fire.
I even have something rarer than anyone else in the world. The mail order only Emperor.
You have the Hot Wheels?
Still in the Kenner wrapping, never been touched by human hands.
Holy shit.
And on top of that, let's see, I've got, let's see, oh yeah, okay, I've got, let's see, one of the original Star Wars Death Gunners. I've got not one, but two of the original, ready? Star Wars Death Gunners, still wrapped in the Kenner wrappings.
Oh shit.
Not one, but two. I even had, for a limited time, one of the Boba Fett's that got recalled with the actual firing missile pack.
Oh shit.
I had him for a grand total of about 8 minutes. I bought it at a comic book convention, and another guy made me an offer where I made double my money. I don't need it to finish my collection. If I want Boba Fett, I've got him right here. See? If I want Fett, I've got him. You know? But what else? Let's see. Here you go. Classic original Snowtrooper. Yellowed, of course. Because I always turned yellow. I have not one Scout Trooper, but the two. I even have every single Hoth Rebel. All the
Oh
variants.
shit.
All the variants of Hoth Rebel. From the original deck officer all the way down to the forward strike commander. I have every single one.
I think George is about to have a nerdgasm over there.
And I even have the non. Now this is how rare this Chewbacca is. The non-plastic bandolid Chewbacca, the original, from the mail order set.
Oh shit.
That you only got from the coupons. Remember the whole cardboard Christmas coupons? Where you had to cut the coupons out and send them to Kenner, and then they send you the figures? But most people went out to the store and bought the Chewbacca with the plastic bandolier instead. This one is the non-plastic bandolier. And of course, what collection would it be without my nigger, Lando Calrissian?
Yeah. I'd love to see them bring Lando back in one of the new movies.
Oh yeah. And
I mean, he was a general.
I have both variants of Han Solo. I have him from the Millennium Falcon edition, and the Cloud City edition.
Yep.
I have both. The only one I'm missing is the Han Solo in the Stormtrooper suit. But I do have him in a much larger figure.
Yeah, you have him and Luke.
Yes, I do. I have the Star Wars limited edition Black Edition variants from Hayabusa. Hayabusa Toys. Okay? There's Han. There's Luke. And of course, you gotta have the Guido. Like I said, geek. I screamed like a little schoolgirl at a Justin Bieber concert when I saw those at my local Walmart. No, I literally wrestled them out of some 6-year-old kid's hands. It's okay, George. It's okay. I'm sorry, buddy. I hope you didn't get banned by my bot. You shouldn't have. Anyway, guys, podcast's winding down. It's coming to an end. If you want me to talk about any subjects of the next podcast, which will be in 2 weeks, go over to Twitter, and it's twitter.com/deceptivecobras. And Mike, what is Grim? What's your Twitter?
I'm gonna drop this in real quick into chat. If you, by some chance, just want to frickin' throw up a message, use that hashtag right there.
Yes. If you have a question, just use that hashtag. Ask TPP. Ask the Pixel Podcast. We will get the question and we will answer it in the next Q&A section. Q&A podcast, which will be in 2 weeks, my friend.
And there's everywhere you can find me.
There you go. And that's everywhere where you can find him.
My Twitch, my Twitter, my...
I'm on Facebook. It's facebook.com/deceptivecobras. Or just look for Cobra Nation Gaming Group and just ask to join. I'm on Twitter. It's twitter.com/deceptivecobra. I'm on YouTube. It's youtube.com/deceptivecobras. Or youtube.com/malavictus. Or youtube.com/overload automotive, which is my automotive channel where I talk about cars, transmissions, anything that has a motor in it, both fantasy and real. So that includes things like the Batmobile. That includes things like, TIE fighters. As long as it has an engine in it, I discuss it on that channel. Now that channel is just started up. I just restarted that channel after about a 4-year hiatus. Okay, so my videos on that right now, the only video on that channel I believe is some friends of mine dynoing some Ford engines. And you get the various RPMs and horsepower and whatnot. That's my pornography. Most people are content with hearing a woman going, oh. Not me. I like to hear a good engine really give you a good fucking full power band pull. Okay, my friends? So, again, after this, I've got another podcast to record, which is called the Politically Incorrect Podcast. It is a 18+ podcast, and fingers crossed, I'm trying to figure out a time when it's good for Mercedes, but we will be having a porn star guest on by the name of Mercedes Carrera.
And just throw it out there, there's my wife's Twitch channel.
Exactly, guys. Go over to that Twitch channel, hit the follow button. She will love it. I'll love it. We'll all love it.
The dirty look I just got for
It'll
that.
be all one great big circle jerk. As for me, I'm about to go and devour some hot dogs while staring at some men just to make it feel even more uncomfortable. You are all gorgeous. You are all sexy. Stay moist. Stay happy. Keep your shows flying. Keep your enemies dying. Your host, Cobra Commander, is out, along with Grim Reaper, and we will see you in 2 weeks for the next Pixel Podcast. Until then, my friends, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.